The biblical story of Solomon and the two mothers is a classic tale showcasing the wisdom of King Solomon, a revered figure in biblical history. This narrative is found in the first book of Kings, chapter 3, and tells of two women who come to Solomon, both claiming to be the mother of the same infant. Solomon's innovative solution to resolve their dispute, proposing to split the baby in two, knowing the true mother would rather give up her claim than see her child harmed, deftly reveals his deep understanding of human nature and justice. The importance of this story lies in its demonstration of wisdom as not merely possessing knowledge, but the ability to apply it judiciously in resolving complex human issues. It symbolizes the application of discernment, empathy, and insight into decision-making, underpinning Solomon's reputation as a wise and fair ruler. This narrative serves as a timeless reminder of the power of clever problem-solving, influencing legal and ethical considerations even today. In the realm of real-world applications, Solomon's judgment can be likened to modern-day arbitration and mediation, where an impartial party helps resolve disputes without resorting to courts or punitive measures. An example is in family law, where mediators assist parents in reaching custody agreements that prioritize the well-being of children, echoing Solomon's underlying principle of revealing genuine intentions through careful analysis. Another instance is corporate negotiations, where mediators use strategic thinking to devise solutions that satisfy parties' core interests while encouraging forgiving and adaptive strategies. Supportive opinions argue that Solomon's story underscores the essence of leadership qualities that prioritize wise judgment and moral integrity. Many scholars and ethicists regard the tale as a paragon of thoughtful leadership, teaching the value of penetrating deeper into human motives and behaviors. Nevertheless, potential controversies also arise. Some might argue that Solomon's proposed solution, suggesting harm to the child, was ethically questionable, even if never intended for execution. Critics may question whether such a risky gamble is justified, pointing out the inherent dangers of assuming outcomes in high-stakes situations. This story's implication weaves throughout the wider narrative of Solomon's rule, setting a benchmark for leadership and judgment that reverberates through legal systems and ethical frameworks worldwide. It encourages leaders across various fields to consider empathy and insight as vital components of effective decision-making. Thus, Solomon and the two mothers provide not only a moral lesson from antiquity, but a continuing influence on contemporary notions of justice and leadership. The historical and cultural context of King Solomon's reign is pivotal in understanding the narrative of Solomon and the two mothers. Solomon, the wise king of Israel, ruled during a period marked by prosperity and peace, often viewed as the golden age of Israelite history. His reign, approximately from 970 to 931 BCE, is defined by significant advancements in wealth, culture, and governance. This context of stability that allowed Solomon to introduce legal and administrative reforms, contributing to his reputation for unparalleled wisdom and judicious leadership. This historical backdrop is crucial as it sets the stage for the famous judgment involving the two mothers. The significance lies in demonstrating Solomon's insightful leadership and the profound impact of wisdom as an essential quality of governance. This narrative, beyond its biblical connotations, illustrates the use of discernment and clever judgment as effective tools in leadership and conflict resolution. Moreover, it underscores the role of a ruler in delivering justice, a cornerstone of maintaining social harmony. A real-world application of this concept can be seen in modern judicial systems that emphasize critical thinking and equitable resolutions. For instance, restorative justice practices that focus on mediation and reconciliation draw parallels to Solomon's approach, aiming to discern the truth and administer fair judgment. Additionally, the decision-making processes in organizational leadership often echo Solomon's wisdom, whereby leaders cultivate environments that value thoughtful and ethical decision-making, fostering trust and integrity within institutions. Support for this notion of wisdom in leadership extends to various thinkers and cultures advocating for leaders who possess not just power, but the acumen to use it wisely. Notable figures like Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela emphasize wisdom and moral integrity over mere political strength. However, this concept is not without its challenges. Some scholars question the literal interpretation of biblical narratives, arguing they are allegorical, thus sparking debate over their application in real-world contexts. Additionally, the reliance on wisdom as a primary leadership quality may overshadow other crucial attributes like empathy and adaptability, potentially leading to an overemphasis on intellectual prowess. In essence, the historical and cultural context of Solomon's reign not only illustrates the revered story of the two mothers, but also profoundly influences our understanding of leadership and justice. It connects wisdom with ethical governance, drawing a timeless moral applicable across cultures and eras in deciphering right from wrong. The detailed account of the dispute between the two mothers refers to the biblical story found in the first book of Kings, which presents a narrative demonstrating the wisdom of King Solomon. In this account, two women come before Solomon, each claiming to be the mother of a newborn baby. The mothers, both of whom live in the same house, gave birth to sons around the same time. Tragically, one infant died, and now both mothers assert that the surviving child is their own. This story is pivotal as it highlights Solomon's famed wisdom and ability to adjudicate complex cases, earning him respect and reverence. The significance of this dispute extends beyond its biblical context to illustrate the broader principles of justice, fairness, and the complex nature of human claims and emotions. Solomon's resolution of the dispute, proposing to cut the living child in two, revealing the true mother through her willingness to give up her claim to save the child, demonstrates his profound understanding of human nature and the depths of maternal love. This narrative finds relevance in various real-world applications, showcasing the importance of wise leadership and the need for empathy and understanding in decision-making. For example, in modern legal systems, judges often face complex disputes that require them to uncover the truth beneath conflicting testimonies. Solomon's approach teaches the importance of discernment and looking beyond surface-level claims to manage conflicts. Additionally, in parenting and educational contexts, understanding children's needs often requires going beyond competing demands to truly serve their best interests. Despite its valuable lessons, this story is not without controversy. Some critique Solomon's initial proposal as harsh, triggering moral debates about the extremes to which leaders should go to reveal truth. Critics question whether such drastic measures are ethical, highlighting the potential dangers of authoritative power unchecked by compassion. Others propose alternative strategies that could have resolved the conflict without distress. This detailed account is intricately linked to the broader theme of wisdom. It touches on the complexities faced by leaders, the morality of their decisions, and the far-reaching implications of their actions. Solomon's judgment reflects the gravity and intricacy of wisely wielding power, a theme that resonates throughout his reign and establishes the foundation for understanding the essence of true wisdom in governance and daily life. Solomon's judgment. The sword and the true mother's compassion refers to a well-known biblical story that epitomizes the wisdom of King Solomon, a renowned judge in ancient Israel. In this story, two women come to King Solomon, each claiming to be the mother of a living baby, while accusing the other of having accidentally killed her own child. To resolve the dispute, Solomon proposes to cut the living baby in two with a sword, giving half to each woman. One woman is horrified and implores the king to give the child to the other woman to spare its life, while the other agrees to the division. Solomon, recognizing the genuine mother's compassion and her willingness to surrender her claim to protect her child, awards the child to her. This moment is significant as it showcases Solomon's ability to perceive the truth through human empathy and emotion. The story illustrates not just wisdom in the intellectual sense, but a deeper understanding of human nature and morality. Solomon's judgment highlights the insight that true love is selfless, a principle that reverberates through philosophical and ethical discussions to this day. Real-world applications of this concept include legal systems where judges have to make determinations based not only on law, but on human behavior and intentions. Another example can be found in conflict resolution and mediation processes, where understanding and empathizing with the underlying emotions and motivations of the parties can lead to more equitable outcomes. Proponents argue that this story underscores the importance of integrating emotional intelligence and empathy in leadership and decision-making processes. However, some critiques point to potential challenges, such as the subjective nature of interpreting emotions and intentions, which can lead to biases. Others question whether this approach might oversimplify complex legal and moral disputes by attributing them to singular moments of emotional revelation. Nonetheless, this story connects to broader philosophical and theological discourses about justice, truth, and the moral implications of leadership. Solomon's judgment is a foundational narrative that influences interpretations of wisdom as not just an accumulation of knowledge, but the capacity for deep understanding and compassion. In essence, the story transcends its biblical origins to offer timeless insights into human nature and the complexities of ethical decision-making. Whether in the courtroom or in everyday life, the story of Solomon and the two mothers invites reflection on the profound messiness of justice and the often intuitive pathways to truth.